Today on First Cup, it's Fri-Yay, so we've got jokes for you. And we're going to talk about yesterday. We're going to talk about free training day this coming weekend and whatever else you bring to the table. So stick around. We roll in 15. This goes her. This goes her. This goes her. This goes here. That goes there. We turn this off. We do it. 3, 2, 1. Good morning, everybody, and welcome. Today is Friday. Woo! It's November 12th, 2021. My name is Jeremy, and this is my first cup of coffee. Good morning, Tommy. Good morning, Jenny. How was your Thursday? How were your Thursdays? I think that's the better way to ask that question. How were all of your Thursdays? I hope they went well. I hope you had fantastic and productive days. I had yesterday was really day 2 of being like all in on this new task management program. And once again, I finished not only all of the work that I had scheduled, but more. It's kind of insane. I don't have to spend any energy deciding what to do next. It just tells me, and then I do it. It's like I made my own boss. I wish I could go back, I don't know, forever and have this tool. Do you know how much more I would have gotten done over the course of the last decade or so? Well, good morning also to Daniel, Stacy, and Dennis. Dennis says, happy day before free training day. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I had a hard time sleeping, probably starting at about 4:30. I finally got out of bed about 5 because I was rolling around and I'm like, free training day, free training day, free training day. I was so excited. I'm so excited to see everyone. I haven't seen some of you in years. There are other people coming I've never seen before in real life, IRL, in person, and I'm super pumped for that. I do have a bunch of stuff I've got to get done before I leave. I'm leaving at noon, so that gives me 5 hours to get through packing. There's a little bit more stuff I got to print out. I gotta trim my beard and shave because I don't like doing that from hotel rooms. It's just, it makes a mess, and I got to bring all that stuff. It's not worth it. Stacy says, hope we don't get it blown away today. Is it supposed to be windy? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Daniel offers another way to describe meeting people in real life in, quote, meet space. I've never heard that one. I like that one. That's a good one. I want to shout out one of you just bought that sweet hoodie that I showed yesterday, the limited edition dragon hoodie that we did for the holidays. So thank you to you. I don't name people when they do stuff like that, but I will tell you it's one of you. One of you watching live right now. So thank you. I'm super excited to see that sale come through. So other than doing a bunch of stuff around here and bringing my car in to the tune of close to $1,000, brakes, swapping tires, inspection, and like half a dozen little things. But it's good to go now. I'm pretty lucky. My mechanic does this interesting thing where you can maintain an account. I send money to my accountant every month. And when we use the money off that account, I save 20%. So it's a great deal because I'm always going to use the money. I can part with the money, just put it on a credit card. So I had to pay about half of it out of pocket. The other half was sitting there, and it's beneficial to the accountant, the mechanic. So on top of that, was up at the co-working space. Everybody was thrown off. I've built this reputation as being there on Friday, and people see me and they're like, oh, hey, and they get really excited. Then they're like, it's not Friday. Why are you here today? I'm not going to be here tomorrow. Then we chat about why. But it was nice. And actually, one of the people who works there, not for the building, but rents a space similar to I do, she came up, we've had a couple conversations about her business, and she came up, she said, I've been looking for you. I was like, oh. She said, I think I want to hire you. Yet again, me giving free advice and offering helpful conversation to people turns into work. It has been the best thing that I've done in business. And I think there's a pretty strong lesson there. A lot of people, especially in the consulting world, get really like almost militant about not sharing anything, not giving any of their advice, their time. I tell everybody they get a free hour, because how else are we going to know we want to work with each other? How else am I going to know that you are going to be able to put dots together? Because I don't work with everyone. Not everyone is a good client, just like not everyone's a good student. The difference is I can't always turn clients into good clients. And I don't want them out there saying, I gave Jeremy all this money and he didn't do any good work for me. If you know that you are good at what you do, there's absolutely nothing wrong with giving a little bit of it away. Tommy says, Thursday was tough. His hound dog popped his fence, spent the day tracking him down, hunting season, so a bit anxious, but finally got him after a few hours. Pumped for free training day. And Stacy's calling it a car CSA, community supported auto mechanic. Yeah. I'm going to bump up the amount. I've been doing $50 a month. I think I'm going to bump it up to $75. The maximum that she will let me do is $200. And when I had my Forerunner, which was getting older, I had no payment on it. So I sent $200 a month. And I never had to pay anything out of pocket. I stabilized my car expenses. It was wonderful. Especially since a full brake job on that vehicle was $1,200. Yeah, that was rough. I think what did I do that twice over the course of the car? Maybe 3 times, but 238,000 miles. Daniel says, I'll always give people the best advice I can, even if it sends people somewhere else, because I don't do that. That way, when they want something done, I'm the first place they think of coming. Completely agree. Completely agree. People, the way you treat people before they're a customer, they will assume is the way that you will treat them after being a customer. If any of you have purchased things from Whistlekick, you know how we treat you. If you've written in with an email with a question, or just, hey, I like the show, or something like that, you know how we treat you. It's the same. I am appreciative of someone's willingness to engage with what we do, whether it is something that makes us money or not. Because not everyone's going to spend money. And what we do is not just for martial artists who spend money. It's for martial artists, some of whom will spend money. I would rather everyone get the opportunity to benefit from what we do, even if only some of them contribute money. It's fine. People get too narrowly focused, I think, sometimes. Daniel owns a PC repair shop. Good morning, Eric. So is there anything else to say about today? There's a lot of little stuff going on today, like packing. I have to pack for the team training event this evening. Yes, we're doing an exclusive training for everybody on the team, like Stacy. People who do things behind the scenes because, as most of you know, these folks are not paid much, if anything. Some of them volunteer. Most of them are volunteering in deference of longer-term profit share, because a lot of these projects take time. Next year, we finally have a plan to monetize Free Training Day. It'll still be free, but we have found a way that costs none of the people attending money. Here's a great example. Here's one of the things we're going to do with Free Training Day. Now that we've moved it to Keene, there are hotels. We can go to a hotel and say, hey, would you like to be the official hotel of our event? They will say yes. They'll say how many rooms. we will take the number of people who stayed over this year and say, probably about this many rooms. And they'll say, okay, here's an exclusive discount code. We give it to everyone. And then they give us a small chunk back. So if we make like 5%, if somebody stays over 2 nights, we might make $10. If 50 people do that, $500. That would cover our expenses. Sweet. And we can do other similar things. So a lot of times it takes time to find where the monetization is. And so because of that, I do things that I can for the team. Like we're all going to dinner tonight. It's on me. Some of them are going to argue with me about it. I don't care. Tough. We're doing exclusive training. I spent more time setting up what we're doing on that training, honestly, than the session for free training day. Because the session for free training day I've done before, more or less. I've got some adjustments. I do what I can for the team. Do what you can with what you have, where you're at. You've heard me say it before. I will say it again. Tommy says, it's one of the reasons my Wednesday night classes are always free. More of an outreach that way. You see pretty quickly if it's a fit. Also, get to meet a lot of martial artists that way, for sure. Okay. Now I want to do the jokes. Frank dropped jokes over on the Facebook page. So let's take a look at those. The jokes for Funday Friday. And just a reminder, you're all allowed to leave jokes. This is not exclusive to Frank. Frank does a great job, and honestly, I would be intimidated trying to hang with him on the joke front. But if you got a good one, Stacy's dropped some good ones before. With free training day tomorrow, I thought I would tell some seminar jokes. I went to a reincarnation seminar last night. I figured, what the heck? You only live once. Finally watched a seminar on watches and clocks. It was about time. I recently went to an Egyptian business seminar. I'm telling you that I swear it was one of those pyramid schemes, man. The seminar, How to Avoid Frauds, is canceled. Tickets are non-refundable. I'm running a seminar tomorrow on multiple personalities. Please arrive early to fill out your name tags. I went to a drilling seminar today. Boring. Going to a seminar on patience. Can't wait. And the last one. Seminar topic at the annual Vampire Conference, how to deal with stakeholders. Those are really good. I like those a lot. Stacy says, woohoo, looking forward to taking pictures today and tomorrow. And Tommy agrees, Frank is funny. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. More coffee. Always more coffee. It's one of the downsides of the co-working spaces. There's free coffee. Now, the upside is I have to get up and walk downstairs and, get some steps in. But I think I had 3 cups of coffee after I had this much coffee. Is that too much coffee? It might be. But it's really good. Was it Van Gogh who drank a stupid amount of coffee? I think it was Van Gogh who drank like 64 cups of coffee a day, something dumb. Now, granted, they were smaller cups and it was probably weaker coffee, but still, that's a lot of coffee. Frank's in the chat. Hey, Frank. Stacy says that the internet and power are flickering because there's so much wind. Dennis has my back here. There is no such thing as too much coffee. Good. I'm glad. Did you guys check out yesterday's episode about rank not being equivalent? I actually had a conversation with somebody about this yesterday. There's a marketing guy who I'm hoping that we find an opportunity to work together. I really like him. We've been in a couple meetings together for someone who I did some work for, and he offered some more emotional support to on a project, that big conference that I helped put on a few weeks ago. But I told him point blank, I said, I think you and I would work well together. I would like to find a way to work together. And he's going to get me a barrel. One of his clients does bourbon barrel aged maple syrup. And I told him I want a barrel. And he said he would be able to get me a barrel. So he's working on this. I'm going to have a barrel. What do you mean a barrel? Like a literal barrel, like Donkey Kong. Like I'm going to reenact Donkey Kong. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, I'm super excited. But he and I had a conversation yesterday about martial arts. He came and he was looking for somebody else, but it's like, I got a minute. Let's chat. And he was asking me more about whistlekick and what we do. And he was telling me about his involvement with martial arts. Not that he's participated, but a particular content creator he follows. And this guy's name is Trav. I don't know if any of you will know. I forget the guy's last name, but Trav. And his channel has the word fight in it. It's not quite how to fight, but the general premise is here are very basic self-defense tips, techniques for people who are not going to train. Here's like the bottom of the barrel, not quite self-defense, but more like you end up in a bar fight that you don't want to be in. You know, it's kind of past the point of being able to walk away, etc. So apparently this guy is a former pro fighter, and so we had a conversation about that. And that led to a conversation about rank. He was using the word certified. Are you certified? Do you have to get recertified? And we were talking about rank and how while organizations may be considered a governing body in certain styles or schools, there really is no official licensure. And we talked about what that all meant. And it was a really nice conversation. And it was just kind of funny that conversation popped up on the same day that we dropped the episode about rank and rank systems not being equivalent. Have a good day, Daniel. Tommy says, was that Albert? No, it was not. This was somebody up in Burlington. All right. Let's switch gears. You guys can keep dropping stuff if you got stuff. But Frank's got some questions about Free Training Day. What part of Free Training Day are you most looking forward to? There are a number of things I'm looking forward to. How do I prioritize? I think the number one thing I'm looking forward to is seeing how it all unfolds. Because there's no registration. You know, we ask people to RSVP on Facebook, so we have an idea of how many people are going to be there. Honestly, there could be 50 people tomorrow. There could be 250 people tomorrow. I have no idea. I have a guess based on past years and how the event has grown, etc. But not knowing how many people are going to be there, the sheer number of people who may be coming. I mean, I know the presenters will be there. There's a core of friends that I know will be there. The whistlekick folks will be there, but who else is going to be there? I don't know. Every year there's at least one or two people who I was pretty sure were going to come and something came up, right? So there's that element, that unknown element. And then when you roll all that in with the fact that this is the first time people are ever coming together, you know, Friday night, and then we're doing dinner Saturday night, all these extra things. How does this weekend go? I have no idea. And to me, that's really exciting. To put out a product, it's an event, but we can think of it as a product that is free. It's entirely free. And the only exchange people need to make to consume the value of that product is attendance. They can show up and, you know, frankly, if someone shows up in shorts and a t-shirt, they can train. They don't even have to dress in a certain way. And I love that. I love that we don't have to worry about a lot of these details that a lot of other events worry about. Okay, we've got to do this and we've got to do that and we've got to do this. And because it's free, there are a lot of details that we can kind of play by ear. Let's put that over there. Because no one's going to come in and be like, I can't believe you didn't do this. Money, I want my money back. Okay, here's your $0 back. Tell you what, you give me money. Now, also on that list of things I'm looking forward to, a lot of first-time friends, a lot of first-time presenters, hugs, people I haven't seen in literally years. And the one other thing I am very much looking forward to is there are a number of people within whistlekick who are getting some FaceTime this weekend. In the various points where I am speaking, some of them are also speaking, and I've asked them, hey, I would like you to take a minute and talk about this or talk about that. And I've never been a big fan of managing people. I don't even really like that word. Historically, I've not been good at it. I've worked very, very hard on it over the last probably 5 years. And I have people telling me now that I'm actually quite good at it. So yay, I'm proud of myself for improving that skill. But the only reason that has any value to me is that I can help other people grow. And from day one with whistlekick, there was something, I don't know if that I've ever talked about this on First Cup. With my first business, with my IT company, even though it was called Vermont Computing, when it was just me, I used the word I. I'll be there, I'll take care of this. And then when I hired my first employee, which at one point became 15 employees, it was really hard to remove myself from the face of it. People still saw it as Jeremy's company, everybody helping Jeremy. And that created some problems because anything that was done by somebody not Jeremy was seen as less than. And I didn't like that because it wasn't true. So when I started whistlekick, even though it was just me for first year and a half, 2 years, I used we. I wanted people to recognize that even though there was no one else literally working on this, I saw this endeavor as broader than myself. And now it is. There are quite a few people who are working on things, some behind the scenes, some in front of the scenes. You know some of their names, some of them are in this chat. But seeing some of them gain some recognition and some acknowledgement of their existence and their work is something I'm also very much looking forward to. In particular, with this event, of course, is Andrew, because he has done every single thing I have asked of him and so much more. We have been in constant communication for weeks, and I am incredibly thankful for him. I don't know what's going. There's stuff going on in the chat that I'm not quite following, but that's okay. Tommy said, I had someone in the TV business ask me if there will be a video to get after of the event yesterday. She works in the art graphics department for WWE. I know who that person is, not personally, but you have referred to this person by a title in the past. I'm hopeful that person still holds that title in your world. We are not filming anything beyond what Stacy may capture and other people may capture. The fact that we have 3 tracks means we would need 3 photographers. And given that nobody's going to buy it, makes that really complicated. Way back when we had our tournament in 2016, I hired a professional photographer, and people were able to, ahead of time, purchase the commemorative video. Literally 0 people did. It's not something people want. Could we live stream those sessions? Yes, and it's something we may look at doing in the future, but probably not, because the whole thing around Free Training Day is the physical exchange, the presence of being there, and putting in work that doesn't generate revenue, that potentially dilutes the function of the event, is not something that I think we're going to do. What lessons have you learned from past free training days? Relax, it's all going to work out. The very first free training day was born of almost an accident. subsequent free training days, there was always something that went weird. I don't know if I'd say wrong. It's an intense day. But I've learned, because I'm someone who likes to be detail oriented. Some might call it micromanagement. Others might call it controlling. I don't want to control people, but I want to control the event, because even though it's Whistlekick's name on it, I still see, at least in part, my name on it, and I want it to go well. But I've learned that in an event like this, where the expectation coming in is that everyone is part of it, the tone that we have set, and because it's multiple years and we have so many people returning, that culture is instilled and new people get with the culture very quickly. I don't have to do very much. I don't have to worry about really anything. It all just falls into place, right? And then uno más. On a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being ecstatic, 1 being mildly interested, how pumped are you about free training day? Well, I kind of answered that towards the top. I couldn't sleep. I'm running back and forth between a 9 and a 10, depending on the moment. The problem with 10, and the reason I don't remain at 10, is at 10, I can't think about anything else. Right now, it's a 10. We'll dial back to 9. Maybe I'll even try to pull it back to 8, but it requires effort. I am thankful for all of you who watch, all of you who support, all of you who I'm going to see, maybe even meet tomorrow. Doors open at 8. We are going to kick off opening ceremonies at 8:25. Try to be there as close to 8 as you can. And we'll see how the day goes. Don't forget, we're doing dinner after. There's tons of stuff to do. It's going to be sweet. So thanks, everybody. Now, don't forget, if you want to support us in the work that we do, we've got the Patreon. I dropped in, put up a post yesterday behind the scenes on free training day. That's available to everyone who subscribes to Patreon. And we did a first draft of a video that's going to hit the podcast feed. And Andrew and I reviewed it and agreed it needs work. So I'm going to do another one this weekend. The subject is hotel room security, being safe in a hotel. I missed some stuff, so I'm going to plan that better, record the second version. I'm probably going to put the first version in Patreon because it shows you a bit of our process. It's not bad content. It just, there's a better version. Now, here's the fun part. Because it was so off the cuff, there's some fun stuff in there that you might enjoy. That's available to those in the, I believe it's the VIP tier, the $10 a month. And of course, if you want to buy something, first cup 15, first cup 1.5 gets 15% off at whistlekick.com. Thank you, everyone. Oh, and if you haven't checked it out, we revamped the website and it's way faster now. Take care. Be well. Leave me stuff to talk about for Monday. And have a great weekend. Take care. Peace.